So the horn just sound for the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship, round 5. The Canadian Championships are held at the Juan de Fuca Lawn Bowling Club in Victoria, BC. And today's featured match is Saskatchewan A versus Ontario B. And we have Jean Rooney and Karen Scholar from the Regina Club. And we have, on the Ontario B side, we have Lan Chans and Kathy Larkin. So Ontario won the toss, so they delivered the jack first.
Yeah, so hello folks, I'm Laura Seed from Ontario. Have had quite a bit of experience in the lawn bowling community, so they've got me here to help talk you through the games and other things that are going on here. And then we have Ozzy Chambers from BC.
Yes, so Ozzy Chambers from BC. Been bowling for around 10 years, so it's pretty good. So glad to see the national level. Have been there myself, so it's great competition. If you're out in the area, come watch some great bowls from across the country when the top bowlers can showcase their skill at the national level.
Yeah, so we're following this up with a long week that we've had here at Juan de Fuca. So we have to say a big shout out and thank you to all the volunteers here. It started with the singles at the beginning of the week. And then now we have the pairs and the fours. And this will be, it's a round robin of 9 games. And the finals will be on Saturday. So lots of bowling left to go. So we should be able to see the showcase game today a little bit better than yesterday. We were streaming the men's fours, and they were very good about building a wall in front of the head so we couldn't see anything. So, so in this direction, it can be a little tough, but I think with it just being pairs, we should have good clear view of the head. So obviously, I know these Ontario girls quite well, Lan Tran and Kathy Larkin. I lost the silver match to them in an extra end, so that's why they're here and I'm not. But I'm having a great time watching all the bowling and having fun doing the commentating. So they've been a pretty dominant team in Ontario, actually. They've done very well there. And then with Jean Rooney, well, I think all of us in the lawn bowling community certainly know Jean Rooney. She's been bowling for a long, long time and has vast, vast experience. Many, many years on the national team, international, national. And I don't know her partner very well, but one of the things that Jean has been doing is taking out a lot of younger people, help develop them. And that's what we need more of is, us veterans to come out and develop our young people and get them enjoying the game. So kudos for Jean, and she's still competing with the best of them. And again, that just speaks to the longevity of the game, how you can play it from young and old and anything in between, socially, competitively like this. Anything you want to make out of the game is all available to you.
It is. We should be in for a good one with, I believe Karen is at her 3rd national already in her 4th year, I think.
Oh,
She was a
okay,
part
yeah.
of the Super Saskatchewan team with
Oh,
Jordan
okay.
Koss and
Okay, yeah, good for her, yeah.
little brain fart on the fourth, but that's a great team. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it's good to see Jean Rooney in pairs for once. With all the years that she has been at the fours category. So
Oh yeah, she's played four. She's five pairs.
she has played everything. We all know
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's good to see her have
Yeah.
her little shake sometimes. So
Yeah. Good.
so
Yeah, there's so many people here and across the provinces. You know, you can't know them all. You know some of the names, but and then you make great friends with some of them, and you know more about them. But others, there's a number of new people out here as well. Never been here before. One that I know of is certainly Sophie Burrows' team, the Force team. They've never been here before. And there's probably a couple more that I don't know. I don't know them all, but it's always a first time, and there's some that have been here many times. It's just a good mix of people and players.
it is a good mix. So after the first end, Saskatchewan scored one, so it's 1-0 Saskatchewan after one. So
Got to keep Ozzy on his toes here to make sure he changes camera angle.
yeah, forgot a couple times for the last one. So we'll see if I can do a little better with our angles that we're given. So
Yeah.
believe we can see the jack on this one.
Can
But
you see it pretty good,
if
even
you
with the two
guys
of them?
want a better camera angle, just let us know and we'll do our best to either zoom in or zoom out or give you a better one. So
Yeah, so while we were talking about people that are here, new, old, and all of that, we are missing a couple of people. Fortunately, unfortunately, World Bowls is starting right now or very shortly. And because of that, some key players were not able to play in the Canadians because if you can't go all the way, you can't compete. So, of note, we have the team members at World Bowls. For the men are Ryan Bester, John Bazier, Cameron LaFrance, Rob Law, and Owen Kirby. And the women's team is Kelly McCarrahan, Jordan Cause, Emma Boyd, Bailey Van Steen, and Joanna Cooper. So I just want to shout out that we miss you and that we're having a great time here, but we hope that you do us proud at the World Bowls on the Gold Coast and bring home a medal for Canada. So enjoy yourselves.
So those who are looking to watch the World Bowls, it's August 29th to September 10th on the Gold Coast. And after that, it's the Champa Champs, which Jordan Koss and Pat Bird are to represent this year. And Pat also won the 2023 singles this year, so he and Clara Day get to represent Canada at the 24 Champa Champs. So we wish them the best of luck, and
Yeah,
we'll
Pat Bird gets to go 2 years in a
2
row.
in a row. So yeah, the repeat.
But I think he does a lot of bowling in Australia and stuff. He's gone on trips and stuff, so I'm sure he'll enjoy himself there and do a great job.
Yes, he will do. He will represent Canada good. So
Oh, of course,
it will
of course,
be
yeah.
same as Clara Day and Jordan
Yeah,
Koss for
yeah,
the
and
next
Claire
couple
Day.
of years.
And Claire Day. This is her first win in the singles. She has represented Alberta for many years on either triples teams or fours teams, and won a couple of gold in those events in the past. So, and I think not sure what her record is here today, but I'm sure she's on a roll after her singles win, and probably kind of gotten used to these greens. I think it was a great idea, actually, come to think of it, that they put the singles on first because a lot of those singles players are then playing fours and pairs, and they get a little bit of extra practice on these greens, so it helps.
It does for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Clara Day, she is on the rink beside, which
Okay.
Alberta B does play Manitoba. And then on the next rink after that, that's Nova Scotia versus BCB. And on rink 2 is Alberta A against Ontario A. And then on rink 1 on A is Saskatchewan B versus BCA.
Yeah, so Ontario A's with Kirstel Shepherd and Elizabeth Cormack, they're looking to repeat from last year because they did win last year. I think their record right now, after we're on the fourth round, on the fifth round, we're on the fifth round. So we've played 4 rounds and they're 2-2. So you can lose a couple of games, but you can't lose too many. But 9 rounds is a lot, so a lot of things can happen. Will happen in the next day and a half.
Exactly. Anything's possible. So we'll see how our feature match is today against Saskatchewan, as Saskatchewan holds at least one, I believe maybe a measure for 2. Some pretty good bowls this end with Saskatchewan in front and Ontario having a lot of position bowls.
Yeah, this will be a big game for Ontario. They, after 4 games, they're 1-3. And then Saskatchewan, after the 4 games, are 3-1. But it's still pretty close at the top, so Ontario will want to play well and keep their record hope alive and keep on win their games. Next couple of them for sure.
Very nice bowl by Ontario there. Just pushing the Saskatchewan bowl a little closer, so I believe it is 2 for Saskatchewan there. So with that 2 count, that would make it 3-0 after 2 for Saskatchewan.
So these national championships, of course, come at the Canadian level from Bowls Canada, BCB, who's a governing body responsible for lawn bowls in Canada. BCB's mission is to provide leadership that facilitates inclusive participation and excellence for the sports of bowls in Canada. For more details, go to Bowls Canada website and the sport of lawn bowls. So visit bowlscanada.com. You also find all kinds of information there, from coaching, umpiring, safe sport, etc., as well as some of the all the standings, players' names, results, and such will be all listed there. And they're doing a great job. They got the 4th round updated in no time. So everything is up to date. So you can follow your favorite team through there. If anyone has any questions about certain teams, we actually managed to get a hold of a set of binoculars with the 4 greens at this facility. It's a very large facility. A little bit difficult to see the teams further away from us. So with the binoculars, we can answer any questions you have, more or less. Couldn't tell you who shot, but we could tell you what the score is.
Good start from Ontario with a Jack High Bowl, and Saskatchewan followed with a Jack High Bowl of themselves. So Saskatchewan holds 1 here.
Yeah, so with the better weather, we've got beautiful weather here today. It's nice and warm. It's been a little chilly. I'm sure that the greens are speeding up. We hear different things about the speed of the greens. It depends which section you're on for sure, but some have more green patches than the brown patches. So I think you go through a couple of speed zones every once in a while.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Yeah. But for the most part, I think the players getting the hang of it, and we have to give a good shout out to the greenskeepers. I mean, trying to run 4 greens, which probably one of the biggest facilities in Canada, not an easy feat, but I think that they're probably, everybody's managing them better as you go through a day or 2 of practice on these rinks. And with we've had no rain. So I'm going to guess they're probably on average around 14 seconds, probably. What do you think, Ozzy?
Yeah, about 11 to 14,
You think?
depending on which green you're playing on. So
Mhm.
some pretty good speeds. I mean, the greens are looking better
Yeah.
every day. So
Mhm.
thanks to West Shore with all their maintenance for the greens. So
And players are quickly, usually when you play this game, well, the pairs are playing 18 ends, and we've got the fours playing 15 ends. And so when you're playing 18 ends, the first couple of ends, you're sort of just getting the hang of the lines and the weight. But these girls here seem to have gotten the line really nicely quickly. And here she comes, coming for the Ontario Bowl.
some
I
great
think that
bowls
was the
by
Ontario
Jean
Bowl.
there.
Yeah.
Or a great first one, yeah. So I believe it's 2 for Saskatchewan in the head right now. As Ontario's walking down to make a response to that. So it's 3-0 Saskatchewan after 2 against Ontario B. For the 3-bowl pairs, the ladies' 3-bowl pairs. So Ontario looks
Yeah,
a
she's
bit
trying.
wide, but got
What?
the bowl, so
Yeah.
possibly just 1 for Saskatchewan. And it is 1 for Saskatchewan indicated.
Yeah, so everybody here has a time limit as well as to, they all have 2 hours and 15 minutes. And if you don't get your game done in that time, the horn goes off and that's it. People are managing their time. They seem to be managing their time quite well so far. Not too many teams. I think they did better today than they did yesterday.
They did, I
I
would
think
say so.
yeah, yeah.
You think they're going slow, but they're going at their pace, and they,
Well,
like our first game, we thought they weren't going to get the last couple ends in, but they picked it up and they got all 18 in, or
yeah,
yes, all 18 in
yeah,
before the time limit. So
yeah. That manager goes around and points to his wrist and says it's time, and all of a sudden a game picks up, and they get, as long as they throw their jack before the buzzer goes, they can finish the end. So that's very helpful. And now with the new rules, the rules that you can't go visit the head. The vice can't go visit the head till after his or her last bowl, but they can. The vice can stand in the head with the skip, but I haven't seen. Have you seen much of that?
I've
I don't
seen it
think.
more on the men's side than the
Yeah,
ladies, but
yeah,
there has
yeah,
been a couple ladies in the head. So
yeah, yeah.
so
So, but that all again speaks to speeding up the game. Uh,
exactly.
On my early days of bowling, the games were very long. Walk up and down, and so it's getting much better. And then everybody kind of finishes all at the same time. And then you waste a lot less time in between games. There used to be complaints where, you finish early and then you're still not on the greens for another an hour and a half or two. So that's all working really smoothly here this week.
So last bowl by Ontario here, looking to just possibly chip the jack back to their back one. But a great third shot there.
Mm.
So I believe it is 1 for Saskatchewan. So that would make it 4-0 after 3 for Saskatchewan A over Ontario B. While we get a minute, we would like to thank our sponsors for doing the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships, which is not possible without our sponsors, the Government of Canada, Kirkrie, and others, the Award Star for your continued support of lawn bowls in Canada.
What am I looking for here? Okay.
So it looks like Saskatchewan hold for now till the last Ontario Bowl just chipped it to fall short or falls into shot.
So here I'm trying to get me and my. So Kathy Larking, she played in the Canadians as well last year, 2022, when it was in Burlington. Can't remember now.
I think it was last year.
Yeah, and I think she, and even pre-COVID, she was in the singles there. In 2019, I don't remember her record. So she's played this at this level a few times as well. I don't think Lan has, but I've played with Lan a few times as well in Ontario. Really good player.
Great bowls by the leads there as the skips head down. And as of right now, it sits. Saskatchewan has shot. Ontario second. In the back.
Ozzy's calling the bowls because he can see the stickers a little bit better than me. We keep seeing young eyes against old eyes.
They all look like shades of blue from up
Well,
here.
yeah, they do, and they're all they're almost what colors?
It's purple and blue, I think. So
yeah, so we've talked about over the years the game has evolved with a lot more color. Certainly, colored bowls. Always been a bit of a knock of bowls that it was hard to tell who was shot and who wasn't shot. So the stickers certainly help, but the colors help more. So once you know the colors of the players, the colored bowls of the players, then you're able to track the game a little bit better. We've also gotten away with the whites. A lot of color here. Of course, people wearing their provincial colors and such. So it's nice to see.
Jean just a bit wide, just pushing the Ontario, but Saskatchewan still holds shot. As Ontario might be looking for a little jack movement or a piece of the green bowl to sit shot. Possibly moving it. Looks some positive weight here, yeah. So she might be looking for a little contact on any of her front bowls to push the green out.
Just narrow.
Just narrow. Good weight, though.
Could be tempted to play the other hand, and you hit with some weight, and you hit the front bowl into the shot bowl, and then you become shot, or Ontario becomes shot. So, but there's different ways of making shots, as we've talked about, and it all depends on the green, what the different hands will give you. It all depends on what your strengths and weaknesses are. So there's more than one shot available to you in bowls.
Yes. So the Ontario skip came up to see how to remove the Saskatchewan 1 bull in front of the 2 Ontario bulls. So see if she can possibly grab a multiple here to give herself a little closer to the Saskatchewan 4-point lead that they have.
So she went wider from her first one. She
Just
learned.
inside. Oh, little nick, but oh,
Little nicks are me.
possibly gave Saskatchewan a second one. So we'll
Oh,
see. I believe it is 2 for Saskatchewan. So that would be 6. 6-0 after 4 for Saskatchewan. If there's any score updates you guys would like, just put them in the comment and we'll do our best ability to give you the results when we can. So we have the lady pairs on the A green here. We got the men's pairs on B, and on the C green we got the ladies 4s and the men's pairs is on D. Saskatchewan with a good opening bull just behind the jack. So Ontario's throwing her backhand. Looking pretty good, just depends on the weight. Looks a bit heavy, but a great bull on center line in the back.
yeah. So we talk about having back bowls. Very, very critical. Because when you play this game of lawn bowls, if you hit the little white ball called the jack, it's more than likely to go back, not forward. Although I've seen a couple of drives where the jack's gone up in the air and moved forward, maybe from the men, because they can throw it pretty hard. But you always want to have back bowls. We talk about comparing this sport to curling, and curling is very comparable to this game, where you've got the mat or the hack and you've got the center, which is the jack. With bowls, though, it's probably a little bit more challenging in that the mat length to the jack changes every end. And not only does it change every end, but it also changes during the end. So you are constantly having to adjust your weight and your line. And so it makes it, I think, a bit more difficult, but a lot more strategy as well. But for most part, I think when we try to recruit people to the game of lawn bowls, when the curlers come and try it, they do very well. And it works the other way around too when lawn bowlers go curling. So they're very comparable sports. Both of them can play like you play in the summer and in the winter. Strategy's a little different, of course, but it's all cross training and a lot of fun either way. So now Ontario just knocked. So that was a good shot. Hopefully they can keep this shot and get on the board and get a little bit of momentum behind them.
So Meredith is asking how Ontario A is doing, Laura. So
Ontario A, so that's Crystal and Elizabeth.
for the men, sorry.
Oh, men.
For the men.
Oh, she must know about David Anderson, right?
I guess so.
Okay, so they're playing Nova Scotia, the Aussie pairs, right? What's his name? Aussie. That's his name. Augie. That's right. Augie and Steve Bezanson. Okay, so I think it's 4-3 for Ontario A. except David's standing right in front, but I think I saw that before.
Yep, so there's some great bulls here today. So as we give you a little update, I believe Ontario just hit the jack to hold 2. See what Jean can do coming down on her backhand. Possibly split for a little push on the jack. Looks just a tad wide. Great weight. So it's 2 for Ontario, they indicated.
Yeah, I just got the confirmation. It's 4-3 for David Anderson's team, Ontario A. Okay. Go down, take a look, because it looks very inviting.
It does.
Is that, while I was watching the scores, is that 2 for
So the 2
Ontario?
around the jack are Ontario, and I
Yeah.
believe possibly a 3rd for the front
Okay.
measurement. So
So when you look at it from this angle, it looks like Jean can do a nice up weight shot there, which she's quite capable of doing. And do they have the back bowl? Does Saskatchewan
I
have the back
believe
bowl?
they do have a lot of back bowls there. I think
Yeah.
it's just Jean's front one,
Yeah.
the only Saskatchewan up
Right.
front. So
Okay.
could be some good results if Jean gets a little contact on the jack or
Right.
bulls. So
Yeah.
it will for sure possibly not be draw weight bulls. So, but
And
we'll
these-
see.
Yeah. Oh, no, she didn't go too hard. She's positive, but
Looks
not very hard.
positive, just a bit wide it looks.
Yeah.
Just holds out there. So
Yeah.
as she just goes around the head.
But watch now, she's watching that bowl finish and come to line.
Perfect.
So what, you missed it, but that bowl, that shot could come in handy again in another time. Always have to watch where the bowls finish. Learn as much as you can every time you throw something.
Exactly, which that would have been a great bowl to the tee.
Yeah, so that's a good one to know and put it in their pocket and say, I could use that again maybe later.
Yes, it would have been a great second bowl. So, as if the jack went out, it would have went on the spot. So
Yeah, yeah.
it would be great. So Ontario looks to draw a 3rd or a 4th in. So they look very bit tight on this bowl, but looks pretty good running. So just a bit tight. So
Yeah.
possibly a 2 or a 3 to Ontario. I would say at least a measurement, possibly. So
And she was trying to get in there. It didn't look like she was being too tentative. A lot of times when you're sitting shot, you don't want to go mess it up going into the head. But based on that weight, she just messed a line, and she was trying to get in there.
So it was 2 for Ontario's, which would make it 6-2 after 5 for Saskatchewan A against Ontario B.
Now we'll see where, so we talk about strategy of the game. So finally Ontario is on the board after several ends. So, but I already know Kathy. I know how she plays. But I was pretty sure she put the mat there. But she could have brought the mat up a lot more just to change the length, make it different than what they've been playing. She is playing much longer, so that's fine. It is longer than it was before.
So that jack will be on the tee this time,
Yeah.
which I believe is still a good angle for for the viewers. So just let us know if you would like a better angle. So we'll do our best to give you the best possible.
Can you see the jackers land in
Yes,
the way?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you can see it, I believe.
a little easier, like I said, with pairs than it was with fours. Oh, does it run?
Yes,
So a lot of the
pretty good.
greens here, when you get past the 6 foot mark, the bowls tend to roll and fall in. Not all the rinks, but it is It's certainly not a problem, but it's something you have to think about when you throw it long.
So those watching the upcoming World Bowls, we would like to thank our sponsor for the team kits, Kirkery Sports Canada, the official sport kit of Bowls Canada national team. Kirkery is the leading global sportswear provider dedicated to delivering superior products and excellent service driven by a deep understanding of the athlete's journeys from grass, gra- grassroots to performance sport.
All right.
Some great bowls coming close. As Saskatchewan looks to add a little more weight on her second bowl.
Yeah, she's taken a little bit to adjust to the longer lengths.
Yes,
But she's gotten closer, so next one will be right on.
exactly. As Ontario only holds one shot, which is just looks like a foot behind the jack. So some pretty good bowls from Ontario so far this end. As it looks like Saskatchewan will switch to her forehand and try and get between her front bowls or around. Looks a bit speedy
Yeah,
out of
she's
her hand,
not
but
light on this one.
it looks like it
take the jig.
possibly.
Oh.
Oh, just a little wide. So
Yeah, she may have overcompensated a little bit because she wasn't going to be short a third time.
pretty good effort. So Ontario holds one as they go to the mat in a 6-2 game for Saskatchewan A over Ontario B after the fifth end.
So we hear a little bit of screaming going on. This facility has a lot of stuff going on around us. And we want to say thank you to Montefuka for committing the facility for over a week. But it's a beautiful facility. All around us is all kinds of sports, lacrosse, soccer, hockey. There's a skateboarding rink. There's a velodrome. There's, what is that there over there? with the
BMX, and they
BMX.
got the rugby and soccer pitch with some baseball diamonds in the far, with just the new addition they added this year, the skate park. So
And the most fun, we haven't heard any screaming yet, but they have zip lining here as well. So the zip lining has a beautiful view of the lawn bowling greens, but I think when these zip liners are going down, they're too busy screaming and looking ahead of them than to look to the side to see the greens. But it's been pretty funny to hear the zip liners go down screaming as they go. Nice bowl here. Stop. Easy.
just a bit.
Oh, look at that.
Just keeps rolling.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that bull almost fell into the ditch. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and it looked like to be a perfect bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. As
There we go.
as Jean throws her second last bowl, Ontario still holds shot. So Ontario has to put another one in, as Jean possibly might go after the Ontario bowl,
Yeah,
which she has second to fourth.
it's just
so
a little hard to do, but I guess
it is on this type of green with those runs. So I mean, it is kind of protected by one of the Saskatchewan bowls.
if you play, Jean's right-handed, right?
Right-handed, yeah.
Yeah, so if she plays her backhand to that shot bowl, she could get it out. Well, right.
Possibly. Or,
Yeah.
you never know.
Get a little bit of weight going there, right down.
Down mainstream, you know.
I know, and I know Jean can do this.
Jean can, yeah. she's a good bowler, so we have seen some great shots from her. So
Okay.
she does look like she's actually going after that bowl a little bit. So
No.
she's not that far off if
No.
it turns a little bit. So just a tad wide.
And it
And that bowl
keeps
just fall
just-
into the ditch. So 1 to Ontario. So that will be 6-3 after 6 for Ontario B over. Sorry, 6-3 for Saskatchewan A over Ontario B.
So the line, the maybe the length of the jacks sort of worked. So she'll probably do the same again. Kathy Larking. Do you remember the time where in lawn bowls you had, if you won the end, you could choose whether you wanted to take the mat or throw a
That was
last
way
bowl?
before my time.
That was before your
That
time?
was before my time. So
So at lawn bowls, we're always trying to change things to make things a little better, a little faster. So then the respot rule came in, and people, didn't like that so much. But now it's you play it. It's part of the strategy of playing the game now. It's a little bit different than it was before. So that rule has stayed. But the when they went through choosing the mat or choosing the jack, a lot of the spectators didn't like that because they could never tell who had won the point. Again, because this sport is so difficult sometimes to know who shot, and we don't always have scoreboards like we do here. So when you see the player take the mat, you know that they are the ones that have scored. So that changed.
yeah,
One of the things that changes.
that is good. So
But I guess the thinking was, having second shot, having the last rock or last bowl.
that's cool.
But it's not always, doesn't work as consistently in bowls as it does in curling.
Yes. So as we're a third way through this game, we'll give you some other score updates. As Alberta B is up on Manitoba, 9-4 after 6, and Nova Scotia is playing BCB, as BCB is up 4-3 after 6, as Ontario A is against Alberta. It is 5-3 for Alberta A, and BCA plays Saskatchewan B, as BCA is up on Saskatchewan B 4-3 after 6.
And then using my nifty binoculars. So if we look at, who am I looking at here? I gotta zone in the right spot here.
It's all good. Ontario just threw a toucher. It's a pretty good bowl as Saskatchewan looks to adjust her weight. Pretty good to get a bowl in the back, so not a bad spot there. So as the Ontario skips come down in the 6-3 game for Saskatchewan, Ontario looks to draw some more in as they hold at least one in a measure, possibly two. So
Okay, so some of the men's pairs that I can see, Ontario B's got 7 and Quebec has got 4. Quebec's been doing, after 7 ends, Quebec's been doing very well so far. I think they're 4-1. Then we have Manitoba against Saskatchewan men. I can't see because he's in the way. Manitoba has 7. Saskatchewan is 3 after 6. New Brunswick 9 against BCB 7 after 7. Nova Scotia men 5 against Ontario A, and I think they have 5 after 6. And then the last pair of men's BC is 10. Oh, no, they're changing it.
Great bowl by Ontario there, just drawing a
BC is
back bowl.
11 versus Alberta A with 1 point after 7.
Looks like it's 3 Ontario right now, as should be a well-deserved end for Ontario to get back into this game.
Nicely spread apart there, so it's not a big wall. But Lan just asked if she should go to the back. But I think that'd be a pretty hard target to hit. If it was a big target, maybe. I just got to be careful not to give her a little bit of a bigger target.
That looks like a great fourth one there.
Yeah, could
Possibly
be.
a bit narrow for the fourth shot, but see how Jean will respond to that bowl. So
Lan's he's just not sure. Yeah, that's a pretty big target to try to. So you have to decide, are you going to just draw in and to, take it down to 1? I would not attempt to hit it.
the 3-point spread, so Jean probably looks to cut him down at least.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. I think that'd be the smart thing to do, or depending on what the line is again. Or maybe she might be ready to take a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's got all the back bowls.
yep, so if there is contact on it, Jean could possibly have a chance for 3.
Yep.
So see what she plays. She does look like she is playing her forehand, so see if she plays under the bowl, which she does look like she is
She's
very
got
close.
Up weight.
So will it hold though? It's a bit narrow. Oh,
Yeah,
just narrow.
a
So
little bit more weight, and she had it.
great effort by Jean there.
So, well, she decided to give it a
chance.
shot. Yeah,
So
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. So it was a 4 count. So Ontario B does have a 7-6 lead after 7. I did that one.
Okay, so for more than 50 years, Northers, the awards store, has been a supplier of awards and recognition products to sports associations, schools, professional associations, corporate markets, and service clubs. Northers has the capacity to service everything from national championship to local leagues with custom-made medals, awards, signage, and promotional products. So thank you, Northers, for supporting the 2023 Youth Lawn Bowling Championships. Yeah, the youth championships, where did we say they were?
They were at Regina.
Edmonton? In Edmonton, yeah.
Regina.
Regina, okay. That might
Yes.
be Edmonton, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really up on the youth championships. I don't know who won. Who won?
It was Eric Galpo for the U25.
Oh, I should know that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I lost to him in the final, so it was a good
Oh,
match. So
Yeah, so you got silver.
I got silver,
Congratulations.
thank
Good
you.
For you. Good for
and
you.
then it was Jordan Koss for gold, and then Bailey Van Stein, which are both in the Gold Coast right now, representing
There you go.
Team Canada. And
young people. There you go.
yes,
Yay.
and the U18 girls champion was Kiara from Alberta, which played the singles this year here, so
Okay.
she did a good showing. So proud of her. And then we had Logan from BC here for the U18 champion. So
Good.
congrats to all the winners. So
Good. The future of bowls is right
exactly.
there. Yes,
That's
we
good.
need to support our youth for sure. Yeah, it was in Ontario last year, so I went to watch a
Port
couple of
Credit,
the games.
yes,
Yeah, it was
yes.
really, really cute to watch. Really fun to watch.
It was a good tournament. Yeah.
Oh,
Great
nice
bowl by
bowl.
Ontario there. I believe they hold 2 shots.
So they've kept the mat nice and long. They've mat jack long because they've had success with that so far.
So it is just 1 for Ontario. Some great conditions in Victoria. We're finally getting a bit of wind this morning, so
Yeah, it's picking up a little bit, and so that it was quiet this morning, but now it's picking up a bit. That again, so that'll change how you bowl, whether you bowl with the wind or against the wind or across the wind.
exactly. So see if it has any factors on these bowls.
I think it's strong enough to have an effect.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like the bowls are turning a little bit. So
Yes, the cross winds, right? So
so these ladies playing their forehand might have a little more tricky playing into the head now with
the wind pushing the bowls through.
yes. So it's pretty strong right now with the flags still blowing. So
Well, at least they won't have to worry about rain. Yay.
oh, that's good, yeah.
It's not so bad bowling in the rain when it's warm. It's not so good when it's cold.
Yes.
But you got to play in all those conditions. The only time you come off the green is if it's lightning. Otherwise, you're playing.
Yes.
Pouring rain, you're playing. Until the greenskeeper decides you got to come off if they're getting flooded and stuff like
Flooded,
that, right?
yeah, that's
Hasn't happened too often, but
yes, you don't want to play in a puddle, so
no.
it's all good. So it's the last couple bowls. The updates on the lady pairs here is Alberta Bees up on Manitoba, 11-8 after 8, and BC is up on Nova Scotia. BCA, sorry, or BCB is up 5-3 on Nova Scotia, as Ontario A is up on Alberta 8-3, and BC A and Saskatchewan B are at a 7-7 tie after 8 ends. Bit late on that last Ontario Bowl. Jean looks to capitalize, so she looks like she's going with a little narrow bowl, so just got the front one. So I believe that is just 1 for Ontario, so it's a 8-6 game after 8 ends.
Yeah, huge turnaround.
So
Yeah.
Ontario B against Saskatchewan A.
Well, Kathy threw that maybe a little shorter than she might have wanted to. So the rule is, I have no idea if she wanted it there or not for sure, but if she did miss, the big rule that we have is if you miss throwing your jack in the right spot, you got to make sure you put your first bowl on the jack. And she's not far away. Kind of an unwritten rule amongst the players, you know.
Yes. Very good. So hope the camera's a bit better with the wind coming by. So just if I miss the camera's shifting, just let me know. So
Oh, is it actually moving the camera?
it
Wow,
was,
it's
yeah,
getting
it's
strong.
that strong. So
Yeah, so if it's moving a camera, it'll move the bowls too.
so yeah. Yeah, we're looking good so far. So
Yeah,
Ontario's looking to draw a second bowl into the head with their 8-6 lead after 8.
So as we're looking at right now, the wind is blowing to push the bowl
In,
past
yeah.
the center line to the other side, but that was fine.
Yeah. It's not that strong, but there's a little gust still.
Gusts
so
every once in a while,
once in
yeah.
a while. It's a steady gust, but you get those little big push time to time here, so it is for sure.
Ooh,
So
well, she missed it.
Saskatchewan
A little
just narrow, so.
Mm. Oh. Oh. Oh, Saskatchewan struggling a little bit here. Kind of threw a couple of her backhands quite narrow.
So Ontario holds a solid 2 here. She possibly looked to draw a bowl just behind the jack for protection, so. And it just swings when it gets to there.
Yeah, you got to
so
get a little wider still, probably. Oh, it's a good
it's
bowl.
a great spot. So Ontario
Yeah.
possibly holds 3 at least. So
Yeah, so this game's not just about, you know, being on the jack, is you got to be in position. Always anticipating where the jack may go if it gets moved or hit. Again, something that's really different from curling. People like to put up guards in curling, but here your position bowls are to where you think the jack's going to go. Oh, just in. I'm just going to do a little kiss off. Oh,
great bowl to cut them down though.
yeah.
Possibly just one, they said, Ontario.
But this is also an example of her, Jean, playing when there's a bowl in the way. Many people say, oh, that bowl's in the way, I'm going to play the other side. But by bowling where bowls are in the way, sometimes you can slice through them or pass them and stuff. But now that was a beautiful bowl by Lan. Yeah, that was a little bit tough one.
So Jean
Yeah,
coming
a
with a
little bit
little
more.
more weight.
Yep.
It looks like it's contact this time though.
Oh,
Little spin in, so
close.
great effort by Jean. So
See, so there's where I mean. It's the opponent's bowl you just hit, but you force it through and you roll in afterwards, right?
exactly.
Not a lot of people understand that. Again, it's also like lawn bowling is a lot like pool as well, right? You
It
got to know
is,
your
yeah.
angles and you got to know your spins and
It is great. Yeah, that last bowl was a great one by Jean. Gave her
Yeah.
position. So
Yeah.
she might actually go after it because she has the last back 2 bowls. So
Yeah, and
it looks
she's just played that shot, so
so
it's not big weight, but oh no, she's
playing a bit wider, more conservative. So she does possibly look like she has the
yeah.
weight. So great bowl in the
Close.
making. So
Ooh,
see if it falls. So she
beauty.
possibly maybe got second shot,
Very nice draw.
which Ontario still has it. So
Very
it
nice
was
draw.
one for Ontario. So that pushed the Ontario B lead to 9-6 against Saskatchewan A after 9.
So we'll take a moment to say thank you to the Government of Canada for sponsoring the 2023 Canadian Championships. Their continued effort and support to grow this game of bowls in Canada is so important for BCB and the sport itself.
Those just tuning in, this is the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship, pairs and fours this week. This is Ozzy Chambers alongside Laura C. from Ontario. So we got the Ontario B team against Saskatchewan A, which is a 9-6 game in Ontario's favor after 9 ends.
So one of the things I always like asking people, and I already asked you, but for the benefit of this
You can
crowd
go
now,
ahead, yep.
is I always like to ask how people get involved in lawn bowls. And a lot of us, we get involved because of our grandparents or our parents, but Ozzy has a new way into the sport,
Yeah, I
so
did.
let's hear
So
it.
my mom's a senior care worker, so one of her clients invited me out, and I tried it out, and I just loved it ever since. And so it's been a good 10 years of bowls now.
Good.
I have seen, the international level at the New Zealand Open, and have been at the nationals at least a couple times. On the under 25 times, I've gone at least 6 or 7 times, so it's been good. So.
Good. And we hope to keep you in the sport. We bring in the youngins, but then they get sidetracked, right?
Exactly. Life
So-
has to go on,
yeah.
but there's always a way back into bowls. So
That's right,
that's
and
one of the great things about bowls.
There are several people here who had not been here for a little while and are back again, either due to job commitments or family or stuff. So yes, so it's a sport for life. You can take a break from it and come back, or so we've got to try to keep the youths involved. I started because I am married to David Anderson, and most people know David Anderson. And when I met him when we started seeing each other in 2000, he told me about this game, and I was never really interested in playing the game. I didn't even know about the game. And then realized that he's gone away most weekends, and all our vacations are lawn bowling vacations. So I said, all right, if I don't pick up this game, I will never see the man. So picked up the game, and here I am. I've also been a few nationals and internationals, so I picked up the game. I had an aptitude for it, and I'm really quite happy that I picked it up. Met many people, had many experiences, and hope to continue till I'm 90. If I get there. So the beauty of this sport, you can play it for a long, long time, keeps you moving, keeps you enjoying, socializing with people, as we all talk about it being an all-inclusive sport. So yeah, it's just a sport for life and friends for life.
Seen some great bowls in this game so far. I believe Ontario only holds one shot. From my angle, I see.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Jean can cut them down or do a little trail to, I believe, her back bowl. So
She wants to try to do something
she
to
doesn't look that far off. Maybe a little too much contact on the front one,
keep.
but
Did it go?
possibly
Oh, it
moving
popped
it.
it. Yeah. Uh, uh. That's an example of even when there is a bowl in the way, you sometimes end up knocking it for shot, but that's just the way it goes.
Exactly. Put Jean in just a little better position with the bowl, so
Yeah, and it's about setting up for the next bowl, very much like pool, right? Even though they were shot, you put it into a different position to make it easier for the next shot.
yes. So it's 1 to Ontario with the bowl just getting knocked in. So Jean was down 2 on her last shot. So see if Jean can possibly outdraw or push the bowl. That gives Saskatchewan a point back. As this is Jean's second last bowl. And she doesn't look that far off if she has the weight that holds. So just a bit short, but a better bowl from the last one. So a good second and third and fourth by Saskatchewan, I would say. So as it will be hard for Ontario to possibly draw a second one in.
I like that call. Okay.
So Ontario's
Good
going
play.
for a little chip on Jean to possibly put the bull in front. Because Ontario logically only has one in the head right now.
Yeah, but a hard one to
The
get
hard
out.
to pop, but
Yeah.
just a bit narrow on that one. But for
Might
sure
have.
took a lane away on
That's
the other
it.
side.
I was just
so
about to say she may. That would have been hard, but yeah, even if you're short, if you're going to be short in the right spot.
exactly.
That's unofficial rule number 2.
It's 2, yep. We have all the do's and don'ts of lawn bowls there, so it's a good match so far. Both teams going back and forth. So
Yeah, well, right now, Jean's wanting to desperately score to stop the scoring march that Ontario has been doing.
yeah.
And I'm sure as soon as Jean gets that point, that mat's going to move. Oh, she's trying that. The backhand. Wow.
Both teams have kind of had their
Wow.
struggles on this rink, but both found their line sooner or later. So
Ooh,
doesn't look like a bad one, just
Chip
a
it up.
little too much on the Ontario skips bowl. So
Another one.
it is one for Ontario, so that makes Ontario be up 10-6 on Saskatchewan A after 10.
But more importantly, they've been scoring end after end after end. I don't think Saskatchewan has scored in the last 6 ends.
Yes, I
so at
believe
this
so.
point, they really want to get something in there.
Saskatchewan had the early lead in this game
Yeah.
and made some Matt and Jack movements to stop the Saskatchewan run, and Ontario did their little run of themselves on this last
Yeah.
couple ends. So you're never out till you're out. So
No,
we
18
will.
ends is long. I think we mentioned, right? Did we
Yes,
mention?
18 ends with 3 bulls, so that will be 6 bulls a team.
Oh, good math there.
Oh,
Ozzy.
I'm trying to do my math, so.
You did that without a calculator. Well done.
It's a good one.
And the 4s, they have to play 15
Yeah.
ends. Yeah.
With 8 bulls, so 2 of each member, so that will be
He's
8 bulls.
continuing
so.
with his math. Okay, good job. And then they have to do it in 2 1/4 hours. But that's working out really well because all the teams are finishing off more or less at the same time. So you don't have a huge delay in between games because someone's taken really extra long. And for the most part, 2 1/4 hours is lots of time for the players to complete their games. Some of them push it pretty close. But as we said earlier, yesterday there were a couple people who did run out of time. But today, I don't think anybody has. It's been
No.
close, but nobody has.
Not so far.
Not that we've picked up on anyway.
A little more wind on this one to see if they affect the bowl, which it does look like a little
Yeah, they're all
little
finishing.
gust on that.
Finishing to the right there. Well, not too bad. Just
So,
more her weight than anything.
Just her weight, yeah, pretty good bowl. So that would have finished nicely at Jack High. Got some great matches on B with the BCA and versus Quebec in the men's fours, 7-5 after 7 for BCA. We got Ontario A against Nova Scotia, which is 13-2 after 8 for Ontario A. And we got BCB versus Alberta B, and it's 8-6 in BCB after 7. And I'll see if I can get the Manitoba versus Alberta A game, which is covered right now. So I'll go to the next rank over, which is Ontario B versus Saskatchewan A, I believe. 7-6 after 7 for Ontario A. Or B, sorry. Ontario B over Saskatchewan A. I would say Alberta A is up on Manitoba in their game. So that's the best I can give you at this point. So
Oh, still not taking it wide enough. They're all finishing over to the side here. That's a bit. This a little bit more open end.
yes. So it looks like possibly Saskatchewan is holding shot right now with their front one. So Jean looks to possibly draw a second one in.
She wants to put something nice and tight, that's for sure.
Yes.
So not take it nice and wide. Let the wind bring in your bowl. It's easy with for us up here, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
No, she's gonna be narrow.
It's getting a bit
Well,
too sunny that I gotta get the binocular out to
Oh,
look at the
God.
bulls. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a great last shot
Yeah.
by Jean.
Yeah, she's probably second shot now for sure.
So
Just needed the great weight. Just needed to be a little wider.
so 2 for Saskatchewan, I believe, at this moment. So see if Ontario can capitalize.
Oh,
She does look like she's on the.
Looks narrow, yeah. I
Looks a
think
bit
they're just,
narrow, actually.
just
Wow.
not taking it out quite wide enough.
Just
Oof.
possibly beat that second one out for Saskatchewan. So possibly one in the measure for Saskatchewan now. So
Ah, Jean.
Jean
So we
looks
got-
to draw another one. Yeah.
So we have measurement on the next green. Jack length from mat to jack has to be 21 meters.
Wow.
And it was, the refs are really fun. They call out what the length was. So we needed 21 meters, and it was 21.7. So
20.7, yeah.
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 Oh, no,
20.
20.7 because he threw it
20.7.
back. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So just short.
Yes.
So now the opponents get to put the mat where they want, and they get to put the jack where they want.
Yes, with that being said, we would like to thank, George and his crew of umpires here, as well as the scoreboard flippers that we have here,
Yeah, yeah,
and the many volunteers that the Wanapika Lawn Bowling Club here
yeah,
has. They're doing a great job at hosting this event.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, the scorekeepers keeps everybody in the game because they can see what the scores are. And it is kind of fun when the refs do shout out what it is, and they'll even show which bowl is shot when they do their measurements. So it just keeps everybody in the game and knowing what's going on.
it is good. So, Saskatchewan at least has one, possibly going for the measure here to get it within 2.
Yeah, so now Jean's going to go down and have a little bit of strategy session with her lead as to where they're going to put the mat and the jack. I do the same too. Communication's really, really important in this game as well. You know, discussing with your lead, what do you feel is working for you? You know, they've just lost end after end, so she'll probably want to talk to her lead and ask her if there's a specific spot. A lot of it, you want to get back to your what we call your natural length. If you've struggled for a little while, just to get back in. And these are just all really, really important communication skills between your teammates. You often, as a skip, you know, got understand why your players are struggling. Try to help them through it, and vice versa as well. If your skip's having a little trouble.
Exactly.
No, no.
So it looks like it's going to run past the tee, but
Oh, is it going to
possibly
fall in? It
will
could. It keeps
stay,
rolling.
which it just stopped at the lip. So we got a bull on the tee, or sorry, jack on the tee, 2-meter mark, which we'll see if the bulls can stop. So
Yeah, so she brought the mat up from where Kathy was putting the mat. Kathy does tend to put the mat in the same spot. So the sketch one lead brought the mat up, but maybe didn't change the length that much because she threw the jack a little bit longer.
not really, no.
No, so we'll see how this goes. Just got to be careful not to get too far past the jack, otherwise your bowl ends up in the ditch.
Exactly, and we have a little wind factor this end too, so we'll
Yeah.
see if that
Yeah.
takes a little more out of it. So might be a little tricky to get down to the jack, so see if the ladies can capitalize their weight in line. Perfect to get to the
Yeah,
jack.
she got the
Which it looks like she has the line.
beautiful line actually.
And possibly the weight too, so
Yeah,
it does look
there
like
you
it's a
go.
great bull. So that is one for Ontario. So Saskatchewan just looks to go a little wider and a bit heavier. But she does look like she possibly has the weight on this one.
It has a good line. They're taking it out much wider coming
They
this way
are.
than they were doing before.
Uh,
Okay, good bowls.
Great placement there. If it stops.
Oh, it's got found a
and
green
it just
patch.
finally just found it. So Ontario looks to do it again, so
Many bowls to come.
it is. It's hard to put two perfect bulls like she would, so. But she doesn't actually look that far
Well,
off, so
Well,
I just found that patch.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's probably not. If
possible.
it stays on, it's a good bowl. I know.
And it just fell, so.
Yeah. So a third unofficial rule is don't fatten the head, right? So
Not always.
you don't want to put the bowl too close and make the head bigger, so that now you can have a bigger width to throw a heavy bowl and hit. Or use elbows.
Exactly. Ontario looks to draw their third bull in as they're going around the Saskatchewan AAO, which just went narrow.
There you go.
So it does look like a good second shot here. Just a little short, so possibly just one for Ontario.
May have changed the hand for Saskatchewan, though.
Yep.
Oh,
See
no.
what Jean can play. So.
Oh, I think you could draw that on the same hand that we're coming.
Yes, or play the backhand and possibly take the bull or the jack with her. So, but it's a 10-7 game for Ontario B over Saskatchewan A, playing 12.
Okay, let's see. I'd love to see her throw some good weight.
Does look a bit narrow
Yeah.
and light, so
Yeah,
possibly could be a bull in use.
just
but
hard on those angles. I
it
think you have to
is.
throw it a little bit harder, especially the speed of these greens. To try to throw the yard or two overweight is tough. But some people are excellent at that kind of shot as well. It looks like she's trying to block it.
Possibly just trying to sneak by the front Ontario bull just to sit a second one, but still guard that lane, which looks like Ontario possibly will get a pot.
Really tough shots to do that.
So
She had the right weight. She
Great
needed to be a
weight.
little wider. Okay, Jane,
possibly, yeah.
you can do it. Okay, better. But now she.
Depends on the weight. She looks a bit wider than her
Okay.
first one, but
Yeah.
possibly will get by the last Ontario bull. Which possibly is a measure for second now, so I believe Ontario just holds one. With Ontario with their last bull, or second last bull. Try and make hard for Jean to take out their bull. So she doesn't look that wide, so she might be little contact on the Saskatchewan, which
Just the one. Okay. I'd be ripping this. How about you?
I
I'd be
would
ripping
play
this.
a little on. I mean, you have
Yeah.
two good bulls
Yeah.
with the one just getting knocked.
Yeah, the back
on,
bowl you've got. Yeah, she is a little bit more good. Come on. She's
She
close.
does look
Look close, turn. Oh.
just a bit wide on that one, but great effort by
Yes,
Jean there.
yes, that
so-
was good. That was good.
So Ontario holds one, looking to not do any more damage. Looking to just easily draw by possibly the front Ontario bull to get the second shot. So she does look more positive on this one, but is the weight good enough to get by that bull? And just a bit short, so great effort by Ontario and Saskatchewan on that end. So it's currently 11-7 after 12 for Ontario B over Saskatchewan A. The game's on the neighboring rink. It's 14-10 for Alberta B over Manitoba. BCB is up 12-4 on Nova Scotia after 12. And Ontario A is against Alberta A. And it's 9-6 after 10.
What are you looking at? Oh, over here. Oh, okay. Oh, looking
The
over there.
Lady Bears,
Oh,
yes.
I don't see that.
It's all good. So BCA is up on Saskatchewan B, 16-7, I believe. So got some very close games here. Ontario with a great first bowl. So Saskatchewan looking like a good bowl here. Just a bit spicy, I believe. But looks like a great effort, which was just shot. So great bowl by Karen. So have we done a ladies 4 update yet?
No, I don't think so.
I'll do my best effort for the viewers on. So
They're
on
all
the
way-
very first rank, we'll go
Yeah.
try and do that one. It's Manitoba B versus Ontario B, and it's 8-7 after 9 for the Lady Fours, and it is Saskatchewan A versus Nova Scotia A, and it is 8-6 after 9 for Saskatchewan A. And Alberta plays BCB, and it's 17-4 for Alberta after 10. I'm possibly missing a game, am I?
It's a little hard to see all the way
I
there.
have one
Even-
tent in my way, so.
Yep.
So I think the B team, who's playing on 2? I'm unable to tell you the Saskatchewan B against Ontario A, I believe. Yeah. Saskatchewan B versus Ontario A is unable to see, but got BCB or BCA against Manitoba. And Manitoba, I believe it's a 8-8 game after 11. So it looks like a measurement in the Saskatchewan A against Ontario B game. As Ontario's possibly looking to just draw one in.
Yeah, a lot of narrow bowls on that side. Not sure why.
Not a lot of wind right now, so the
Yeah.
greens must have changed. So
Well, that's the thing too. Even within a game, a couple hours, the greens change, and you have to pick up on that and do.
exactly. So see what Jean can do on her first full to get the game very close. So it's 11-7 for Ontario B over Saskatchewan A.
Oh, she took nice line this one. I like this line. Oh, she's just not heavy enough, I don't think. A nice line. Not gonna be happy with that. That was perfect line. Oh, I don't know. I guess they're looking to see who. We got that little finger measurements. Do you do that too?
I do.
Yeah, I know. They're great.
They are great.
You're not supposed to use anything external to see if you can measure, but you can use your fingers.
Yes.
You can get pretty accurate at it too. Okay, that's a better line. Do you have the weight? That a girl.
Yes, those just tuning in. It's Ontario B versus Saskatchewan A. The B team is Lan Tang and Kathy Larkin, and Saskatchewan A is Jean Rooney and Karen Scholar. Great effort by Jean there, just a bit narrow.
Oh, I think she might have taken the bowl. That bowl was probably shot, I think. Now it's a measure again.
Yes, looks so. With Saskatchewan having the back bowl now, could be a factor later on, so. Great effort by Ontario here,
whoever
just
that
wicking her lead bowl to guarantee shot. It's all good. No zip liners to cover up your sneeze. Not yet. Not yet. We see a crew up there, so be prepared for the screams. So it's in the tree right there. But it's all good. So
Okay.
Jean's looking with her last bowl to draw in, I would say, probably. As I believe Ontario possibly has a 3 count right now.
That's what we're supposed to do, chat. We've got a passerby here saying we're chatting too much. Well, no.
It's all good. So, believe they took 2 out already, so 3, possibly 4 measure. I believe it is a 4 count.
Really? Wow.
So that would make it
15.
3. There's a
14.
3 count, I guess, from the scoreboard. So it's a 14-7. Ontario B lead after 13 against Saskatchewan A. Well, there's your first game of round 5, so
It's too bad you guys can't hear this. It's hysterical. The zip liners screaming all the way down. It's not even that long a zip. I mean, it's just starts over there. Guess if you've never done it before, it could be pretty scary.
it could be.
Have you done it? Have you
I
done zip?
haven't actually.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. When I did it though, you were way higher than this. It was in St. Lucia.
Okay.
And when you're doing it, you look down below you and it's a canopy of trees down below you. That's how high you are.
Yep. So a great first bowl by Ontario as Saskatchewan looks to follow. And
Good bowl. Good
she
bowl.
bowled a good bowl.
bowl.
So 1 for Saskatchewan as the last bowl. As Ontario's looking to capitalize. As they keep their 5-point lead. Or, sorry, more than 5-point lead. It's a 14-7 game, so a 7-point lead here. As they go into 14th end with 4 runs to go after this one.
Okay, I try to do the update on fours. Okay, so the men Ontario A versus Saskatchewan is 8-7 after 9. Manitoba. Can't see that one right now. It's 10-10 after 10 between Alberta B and BCBB. 10-10-10. Nova Scotia's got 3. Ontario A's got 14 after 10. BCA has 15. Quebec 6 after 10. And the one Manitoba. Manitoba has 8. It's 8-8 against Alberta A after 9. I think I got them all.
I think so too.
I could see those ones are a little bit closer. Alright. Potential 2 here for Saskatchewan. I don't know if that front bowl is in. Narrow. She could probably be a little bit more aggressive. But I don't think Lan gets too aggressive. I can draw it off quite easily. Not sure what Jean was trying to do other than draw it in, I guess. Came up short.
So Saskatchewan holds 2 here. So Ontario's looking to.
Do you think she's got 2? The front one's in.
The front one's in, and the
before
one that Karen drew was pretty good, so. They're both Karen bulls, actually, so.
Yeah.
I would say the front one's a shot one, so. Looks like Jean's coming down with a good amount of weight. Just
Yeah, she can
little,
afford to move the jack a
little
little bit.
promotion of her bull.
That will
What a
play.
great bull.
That's a good bull.
So, doing a measure, or 3, so.
Now this is where you come with a little bit of weight, split the 2 front ones, and roll in. Easy. Come on, land. Yeah, that's good. Kathy's pointing out to that. I like that.
Just making sure the call is right. So she's coming up to the head to see how she can possibly split the bulls and get a little jack movement out of it to push it to her back bull. Some great bulls by both teams this end. So one team's looking to capitalize on the great bulls they made. So.
Come on, girl. You can do it. Yeah, something distracted her a little bit, so she needs to oh, no, maybe, okay. I guess maybe she's just
trying to figure
not
what
sure
hand
which,
to play,
yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay.
Actually looks like a pretty good bull out of
She
her
might
hand.
She might. Oh, no.
I couldn't see any of that, but we'll see.
Yeah, she might have been better off to go the other hand, actually. That bull was in the way. Don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised she hit that bull. So.
No, but it was a good effort. I mean, I think
effort,
that's the shot that had to be called.
Yeah, it did look like a better shot on the other hand, but see if Jean can slowly roll and keep rolling. Maybe get a measure out of that, but looks a little short for the jack, so. 3 and a look, but I think it's just 3.
Okay.
So that will make it a 14-10 Ontario B over Saskatchewan A after 14. So 4 ends to go. And we look like we got a good amount of time left. So
a little bit of encouragement there. Yes, we can do this.
Looks like about 40 minutes, we'll say roughly, left. So enough time for 4 ends. Everybody in the ladies look like they're on their 15th end, so pretty good pace so far across the field. So Jack just got delivered for the 15th end.
Yeah, so that looks like to be a little bit shorter, so that's good. Change length.
Looks good, so pretty sure everybody still has the lead in the neighbor rink. So Alberta's still leading Manitoba 15-11. Alberta B, sorry, over Manitoba. And then BC is still leading Nova Scotia. I believe it's a 12-7 after 14. And then Ontario A and Ontario A and Alberta A are, I think it's a 10-9 game for Alberta after 12. So, and then it's a 18-10 game against Saskatchewan B. Saskatchewan B BCA against Saskatchewan B that game, so we'll see. So great promotion by Karen on her second bowl as Saskatchewan holds. Those just tuning in, this is the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships at the Wanafika Lawn Bowling Club. Wanafika celebrated their 25th year anniversary in 2018. These wonderful 4 greens are because of the legacy of the Commonwealth Games in the 1994.
Yeah, the Wanda Fuka team is doing a fabulous job, all the volunteers. Actually, we also never mentioned the food. The food's been excellent. I think they're catering most of it, but it's awesome. Lots of food for everybody. And yeah, so we thank Wanda Fuka for giving up their time to host this event. It's a huge commitment.
It is, yeah.
So but
Great bowl by Ontario there. I believe that possibly is maybe the shot bowl now. So it's either Ontario or Saskatchewan. Some great bowls by both teams with the wind coming in time to time. So we'll see if Jean can possibly move the Ontario bowl to get closer to the Ontario 14th point. So she does look like she's playing positive. So see if she gets a piece of her own bowl at least.
Wide
So
enough. They're just cheating
little
on the
contact. So just a wiggle. So through the gap.
line. Just a little cheating on the line there. In a good spot though, if the jack goes over that way.
It is, and possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good position. So.
But these girls don't tend to, they're really not really focusing too much on the respot, I don't think. They're just nice and draws.
A great effort by Ontario here, trying to get a second in the head. So good match of the back one, so could be useful for protection in the back. So Jean possibly looks to just draw it cold, so see if she can go a bit wider, which she does look like she is on the wide side. So
she's got a little bit more weight too.
So
now she's got the back, but
yeah, Jean has the back now. So
now she has to hurry up to get to the head, because theoretically, once the opponent's on the mat, you're supposed to be down at the other head.
Behind the jack.
Behind the jack.
So Jean still has a good position here. So see what is called for. So either play a little bit of the bull or the jack. I would. Because you can either take one out or you could possibly trail it.
She needs the weight of what she just threw with a little less grass, I think.
Yes.
That's what I'd like to see.
Possibly the same line as her first one.
Yeah.
Could be a good one, so see what she does. Little chop and lie wouldn't be a bad thing either, so
No.
She does look like she has a better line.
Good.
Does the weight say?
Yeah, it's too much weight. Yeah, it doesn't come in.
Same weight, wow.
Doesn't curl in. Like, I love that weight. That's the weight, I think. Just she needed to adjust the line a little bit.
Really good game. It looks like Ontario's just trying to get by Saskatchewan's front bowls. And just short. Not enough weight on that one, so. So, see who's the counter on this one. Looks more of a measure, so they look like they possibly will put a tape on it, so.
1 Ontario.
1 Ontario, which would make it a 15-10 game after the 15 end for Ontario B over Saskatchewan A.
All right, so things are closing to an end soon. The pairs only have to go to 18. They have to go to 18 ends. So 3 ends to play. Most of them are about at the same spot. Good shot on that rink. Quebec boys are high-fiving. What's the score for them now?
It is 16-7 after 12 for BCA over Quebec.
Yeah.
See if she gets by the front one, which is a pretty good match of the front one. So Saskatchewan holds one, has the first 2 bowls of each team, has came down. So
A little tricky to draw that with those bowls there. You got to, yeah.
those are 2 good front ones on Ontario part, but see if Ontario can get around their own. So it does look like shot bowl is still able to be hit. So see if Ontario can either draw it cold or little chop and lie. So, but it looks like they're trying to draw it cold. So
Yeah, I think I'd rather try what you're saying on the other hand to the Saskatchewan bowl.
yeah. She does look like she has more weight, so it at least
Yeah.
could be a back bowl, but she
Oh, she
kind of
was.
did wiggle her front one. So
Yeah, so now it's out of the way. She can try that again.
so see if the skip can respond to the same bowl that she called. So it is kind of more open on the one side now for the bulls. So see if Saskatchewan can
Well, they
have a
gotta-
little more weight. Looked like a great line, just a little short. So Saskatchewan still sits one as the Ontario skip makes its way down.
They definitely have to score this end and try to get a couple of them anyway.
If Saskatchewan does score, that would make it a 15-11 game with 12 bulls left. So needing to get at least 4 or 5 to get a point out of this game. So those wondering what the tiebreakers are, it's head-to-head first, and then if you are in more than a one-on-one head-to-head. It is points for scored in the game of the people who are tied. So
Yeah, there's going to be lots of ties at the end. Often is lots of ties at the end. Because it's like 3 points for a win, 2 points for 1 point for a tie, and 0 for a loss. And then you add all that up at the end. So first and second play in the gold medal match, and third and fourth play into the bronze.
bronze, yep.
So, but there's tends to be a lot of ties at the end.
So
And
yeah,
they don't play them on the green. They play them by head-to-head or your point
head-to-head or
differentials
points
and
of
stuff.
difference,
Yeah.
So
So every point that you play, even though you're losing the game, it counts, or every
yes.
point counts,
Yes. So
losing or winning.
for those teams that tie, I'm not really sure what the third tiebreaker is anyway. So I
I
think
did read down that far, but then I kind of got lost.
oh, it's all good. I mean, I know that just on the men's side, I think there's only one tied game. So if BCA and Alberta B, get in a tiebreaker, I'm not sure what the third one is, but
Still a lot of play to go.
there is a lot of play to go.
Yeah,
So
still
I don't think
4
we'll
more games after this.
exactly. So, but it's pretty straightforward if you win or lose. So.
Yeah.
So Saskatchewan still holds one in the head, as Ontario has second and third shot, possibly. Yep, just second and third. So
Yeah, she's got to come with some weight across there to catch the shot bowl.
yep, Ontario's last bowl
Oh,
coming
she's
down.
trying.
She's looking like she's coming with a
Trying.
bit more weight to get a little contact on the head. So
Oh,
she
wrong
did,
bowl. Wrong. Dun, dun,
but she
dun.
did push the Saskatchewan bull through. So
Yeah, she had the right idea, the right weight, just the line.
no harm. So
Mm.
Jean is just looking to draw around all the bulls out front to possibly get a second shot to get closer to Ontario's 15 points. So a little push on that one. Just hit the front Ontario bull. So I believe it's just one to Saskatchewan. So it is 15-11 after 16 ends. So Saskatchewan's
doable.
down.
Doable. 2 and 2 and you're tied. Well, no, you don't really want to tie
Uh,
because they don't play extra ends. Once you tie here, a tie, you stop playing and you get 1 point each.
Yes. So
You don't really want that, really.
Saskatchewan is down to their last 12 bulls. So they're looking to grab at least 4 or 5 here.
There you
so.
go with the math again there. 6 times 2.
It's a good game. So Saskatchewan looks
But-
like they're having the momentum right now. So they're trying a different jack length to get multiples. So you got 2 ends to do it. So
I don't know. It's a different thought processes, that's for sure.
it is. But Saskatchewan must score on this end to keep themselves alive for a win possibility. So
Oh, good start. Nice bowl.
great effort by Karen. So great first bowl.
Good things happen when you take the right grass.
Exactly. Great effort by Ontario. Just a little short. Great line. I was just tuning in for the last couple ends of the ladies' pairs here in the featured match of Ontario B against Saskatchewan A, which Ontario B is leading 15-11 after 16. This is again broadcast at the Wanafuka Lawn Bowling Club for the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships. And your commentators are Ozzy Chambers from Team BC, a bowler out of BC. So, and I'm here with Linda. Sorry.
You wish you
Laura.
were on Team
Laura
BC.
C. I did play one game this Nationals, so It was a good one, so. But I am here with Laura C, so.
Yeah.
From Ontario, so.
Wishing she was on the Ontario team. It's a lot harder to stand here watching than it is playing, let me tell you.
It is, but at least we get to call the game, so
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
a good one.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and we get well paid for this
we
too.
do,
You know?
we
Yes,
do.
of course. For the love of the game, eh?
Exactly. So I believe Saskatchewan is holding in the head. So see if Ontario can add a couple more weight to get around their front bulls. Still going on the backhand, so she does look like she's a bit more heavy. So she is very in the head this time, just under her bull, I think. But a promotion on her front one to get shot, so great raise by them as Jean comes down to possibly move the jack or push the bull out to let Saskatchewan still have a chance at getting this win. Ontario's in good position with a couple front side bulls, so Ontario's looking to possibly put a back bull in at least, so.
Yeah. So what time did we start this game?
We started this game at 1:30. Or
1:30. Okay.
sorry,
What?
12:30. 12:30,
12:30.
not 12:30. Yeah.
Wow. Really? 12:30. So
12.
that this is 2 hours. We're coming on to
We're
2
just at
hours.
2 hours, so we're about 17 minutes roughly.
Yeah.
Great effort by Jean.
Some players that got to move.
Yeah. Looks like the men's fours are kind of behind their pace, so.
They know how to pick it up at the end, but yes,
Exactly.
I think they might be.
So there's probably your sleeper pick on who's probably not going to.
Yeah, 11. One of them's only got 11 ends
11
done.
ends with.
Playing 12 probably.
So.
Yeah. Well, and they play 15, but they can boogie, and as long as you get your jack off at the end, you can finish the game. So finish the end. So
it is.
It does come to that.
So Jean's looking a bit wider than her first bull, so she might be
Looks good.
a little on
Turn,
Ontario. Little
oh.
turn.
Oh, she had passed that. She had it.
Oh, it would have been a great bull. So
Yeah.
Jean possibly have to go the other hand now to push Ontario out to give a chance at a multiple for Saskatchewan here.
Yeah, the trail's a little bit tough. Yeah, now they're taking the grass.
So Ontario's coming in nicely here, looking to raise her own or get a little wick, which she did.
Yep.
So there is 2 in the head for Ontario. So Jean's possibly looking more at the jack than the bulls here. So, but any contact would help. So.
Yeah, we got great view here when you're a little bit higher, and you can actually see the lines, and get a feel of the weight when you're above the players. It's kind of neat. So while we take a moment, we need to make sure that we thank our sponsors. So in the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship would not be possible without our sponsors. Thank you to Government of Canada, Kukri, Northers, the Awards Store for your continued support of lawn bowling in Canada. And between the second and the third game, they don't get a whole lot of time.
Not really.
Like,
I think 20 minutes
yeah,
possibly.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And that last game will be at, I believe, 3:15.
Okay.
So those watching, stay tuned, and that's about 6:15 Eastern time. So. It was a great effort by Jean there, just as Ontario's looking to add to their cushion that they have here. So So
Just a nice, easy draw.
Ontario's looking to get that third one to put it out of reach for Saskatchewan here. So it's not looking that far off. Looks pretty wide. So
she's gone wide.
She's
That's
coming
what
in.
If you're going to do it, you do it wide. In between the bowls. Almost.
Not enough on the wick. So
Oh, good try.
believe it's just 2. Yep, 2 for Ontario. So Saskatchewan is not out of a possible tie here. So Ontario's looking to grab a 1 here at least to keep it going. So, or secure it. So, but we're coming home in the Saskatchewan A versus Ontario B game, and it's 17-11 after 17.
So how much do they need to tie?
6.
Oh, well done. Pretty hard to do when you've only got 6 bowls.
6 balls, exactly.
Every bowl counts.
Every inch, yep.
Yes.
Gotta do it. So.
So all Ontario has to do now is just match up with the bowls.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if they give up 1 or 2. Just match bowls.
Yes, so we got some close games on neighboring rinks. So we got Alberta B of Clare Day, and we got Manitoba, and it's a 16-15 game coming home. I believe Manitoba is on the jack, so.
Yeah. Even I can see that one.
Oh.
The black and the yellow really stand out.
It is a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you got BCB against Nova Scotia, and it's a 17-8 game coming home. And then you got Alberta A against Ontario A, and it's a 14-11 for Ontario A's favor. And then on your last rink, which I just think finished, it's a 23. BC won that game. BCA won that game 23-11 over Saskatchewan B. Great bowl by Saskatchewan there, holding 1 in the head. And a great response here by Ontario, putting a back bowl in. Looking like another great bowl here by Saskatchewan. Great effort just behind the jack. So Saskatchewan's not out of here.
So as we wind down with the last end here, so we have a third game that we talked about today at, what'd you say?
3:15.
3:15. And
right.
then you can, tomorrow's day 3 with 3 games remaining. So it'll be a very, very important day for a couple of teams. So don't forget, you can go to the Bowls Canada website and check out the standings and the results of today. And then you can root for your favorite teams and do what some of these players like to do. They hope that certain results happen, and if certain results happen, they can get through, and then you have other people who are through. So it'll be an exciting day tomorrow.
Exactly. So if you guys are looking for the result or possible TV games, if you look at A1 for the morning draw and then A5 for the next 2 games, the next TV game will be Ontario B, Quebec in the men's fours. So if you guys would like to watch that game, jump on the next stream and we'll happily broadcast the game for you guys.
Yeah, and he said TV game. All right, we'd love to be on TV. TSN, here we come.
Great effort by Ontario there, trying to take a Saskatchewan bull out.
But the streaming, I hope it's pretty clear today. Ozzy and I are kind of getting used to this a little bit. If there was any problems, let us know. But I think we had so far the last 2 games have been pretty clear.
Pretty good,
the
yeah.
sounds good. The view's good.
It is good. So I believe Manitoba and Alberta had a tie there. So it was a great game there with those amazing bowls that we saw from our angles and you guys possibly saw in the background. So, and then the only other game on the green right now besides the Saskatchewan and Ontario B game is the Alberta A against Ontario A, and it's a 15-11 playing 17.
For
So
Alberta A. For
for
Ontario A.
Ontario A,
Yeah,
yes.
15-11.
Yes.
Playing 16?
Playing 17, so
Okay, so
up
still
and back.
got,
So
yeah, 2 more ends.
believe they got enough time to possibly get that last one in, but
Yeah, as long as they throw the jack.
they have about 9 minutes left if my calculations are right. So
Should be enough.
should be enough with 6 bowls going. So as we're coming down with the last couple of bowls of the sun, it looks like Saskatchewan's holding 2 here. And possibly a third one drawing in, just a little short, but maybe getting
Maybe.
into the measurement. So at least 2 for Saskatchewan here. Possibly 4 maybe, depending on the measurement. So there is still a chance for Jean to get a good
Hmm.
6 here. So
Yeah, maybe. She's got to take a look at
little
lay-
blue, not blue bowl, but red bowl of Ontario, depending on where this one ends up. Ontario's just looking to put another one in the head to kind of secure the win
Yeah.
in their part. So try and put the bowl somewhere Jean can't get to. So
Well, if she puts another bowl in the head, then
put
it
it
might.
on the other side of the rink, I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks like she's going on her backhand, so I think she's confident with the shot she's playing. So she might just be playing for the jack, actually. So
Well, that's a. Yeah. No. Just roll in.
looks like she's
Okay.
a little heavy on her bowl. So
Say you could have come in on the other side, on the other hand, and just cut it down and have another bowl in the
little
head.
contact in the
Yeah.
head, but
Is there any chance here for 6?
there is a chance. I believe if she possibly
1,
rolls,
2, 3, 4, 5. So you got to get the burgundy bowl there out of the way,
yeah, the red one. So
and then all the rest are hers.
yeah,
Even the back one? Where'd all?
yeah. So her back one is just in front of the tee. So it really depends on the measurement between the pink front one and, sorry, not pink one, purple, and the blue one of Ontario. But Ontario, I would say Saskatchewan is holding 3 right now. So
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. So even if she comes for the burgundy one or the red one, the others might be, that front top one might be out counting the others.
yes.
So probably can't.
So there is a possibility for 6 here, but
yeah.
it all depends on the last bowl here. Could possibly see a tie, but looks like Jean's just going for the draw here.
I guess she probably feels she can't get 6.
She does look like she has a good bowl here, depending on the
short.
weight.
No, short.
It's a little short, so that will be 3 for Saskatchewan at least, possibly a 4th.
Hey, good eye there. I don't know.
So it was 4.
I would have tried that.
And just short on the 5th one. So that will be a 17-15 game. So Saskatchewan lost by 2 and Ontario won by 2. So Ontario B was victorious 17-15.
Okay. So I think our job is done here. Again, thank you to Wanda Fuka, and thank you to all our sponsors. And I think that's Laura and Ozzy can sign off.
Exactly. So you guys stay tuned for the next game if we broadcast. So we'll see you guys at a later time. Thank you.
Bye.